everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you are watching this channel, depending on the time zone. Now, the Kenya Kwanza side thought that they have dealt with the Raila Amolo Odinga and the Azimio side. To an extent, they had even started the process of sanitizing one Wafula Chebukati. But it never took long. When Raila Amolo Odinga landed in this country, and the kind of rally they witnessed at Kamkunji ground, then the grassroots activities Raila Odinga started in this country, the rally that is also expected at Jacaranda, it has sent serious panic to Kenya Kwanza side. For those who remember, there was a debate to create the office of the opposition. Ruto took over that issue, but then after a few days, it went silent. And when Raila came back, and he has now bring the vibrance that is needed in the Azimio side, Kenya Kwanza are working tirelessly, they are busy, and they are now thinking on how to deal with Raila Odinga. As we're speaking now, they are busy thinking on how to change the constitution and add the position of the leader of opposition in the National Assembly to try and tame Raila Amolo Odinga. Yani vitu imekuwa mbaya sana kwao. As you're speaking now, NTV was engaging the Attorney General, Justin Muturi. And according to Muturi, he's saying that it is easy to tinker with the constitution and add in the official opposition, office of the opposition leader, who will be in the National Assembly and the running mate will be in the Senate. This is what young AG Muturi is saying. It is possible and we do not need a referendum. We can tinker a bit with Article 108 to have the person who comes second in the presidential polls to be minority leader in the National Assembly and the running mate minority leader in the Senate. The office of majority and minority are heavily facilitated by the Parliamentary Service Commission. The second in the last general election can take the minority leadership slot in both houses. The numbers will increase to 68 in the Senate and 350 in the National Assembly. Now this arrangement will ensure we have true opposition in the Parliament. And according to Constitution of Kenya, 2010, the leader of the majority party shall be the person who is the leader in the National Assembly of the largest party or coalition of parties, and leader of minority party shall be the person who is the leader in the National Assembly of the second largest party or coalition of parties. These people are not sleeping. They are working tirelessly. That is the advice from AG. He's talking about tinkering with the constitution. Look on the language even he's using. According to him, they don't need to go into a referendum to change the constitution so that they can have the position of the leader of opposition in the law and then have an office. Now, these people are big jokers. Kenya Kwanza is full of jokers. You know, anytime you hear a whole age starting to talk about tinkering on fundamental issues like governance, then the question is, what will stop the further tinkering to extend the presidential term limit? It starts like this, then it will end up to that level. 2010 constitution was not easy to get. It took much blood, sweat, and tears to get this new constitution. People suffered. People were beaten. People were tear gassed. demonstration was too much just to change the constitution and to have what we have as of now. How dare you just allow few people sit in the parliament and change fundamental issues to do with the governance to fit what they want to achieve? It shouldn't be. When they talk about coalitions that form the coalition that will have the majority and the coalition that will have the minority which will come second, the truth is that the minority they are referring to as of now is the coalition that got the majority in the National Assembly. Azimio had the majority. But Ruto decided to buy the UDM party. They never resigned according to the law after 6 months. No 3 months notice. So the side they are calling the majority, it is actually the minority. Impunitive. So even if that was supposed to happen, then it means then Azimio should have the majority position, not minority. So they bought their way, they found their way to buy. Another question people will ask today, what happened to the famous mnataka tubadilishe uchumi kwanza ama tubadilishe katiba 2022 campaign? That was the rallying call of William Ruto. And according to him it was uchumi kwanza. Mr. President, deal with the economy first. If it is the issue to do with the constitution, don't use shortcut. There's no use of backdoor to fix what you want in a quick manner so that you can be comfortable where you are. Deal with the economy. The bottom up you are talking about is nowhere. We are seeing an impunitive tax collector. You are getting it wrong. But we can understand you. William Ruto is doing all these things to try and tame Raila Odinga. He wants to make something that will make Raila Odinga a little comfortable, to try and avoid the kind of rallies Raila Odinga is having as of now. Ruto knows very clear that it is very dangerous for him when Raila Odinga will have the people on his side. So he's trying to use every means possible to remove people from Raila Odinga so that Raila will be busy concentrating in the National Assembly matters. But Raila wants to have an engagement with the people. Because, you know, when you have the people, then that is a little leader. Because anytime we can give direction, people will take it. And Ruto will be left with no one to lead. And I said in one of the videos that Ruto, even in his plan, you will find that he is a man who don't even have the real intention to create that position in as much as pushing for it. Because if he needed it, then he should have called for a move to have a referendum. But then the position he took, writing the National Assembly, then it will be seen as Ruto pushing it as an individual. So even if it was to take the referendum way, the court is going to stop it the same way they stopped BBI. Because the initiative has originated from the president. So it will never be a popular initiative. This 2010 constitution was sealed. You cannot easily play with it unless if you compromise the judiciary so that they approve the mess that you want to do with this constitution. Otherwise, if not, it is not easy, Mheshimiwa Ruto. You cannot. All this is coming out. The discussion now is coming out from Kenya Kwanza because they know that Jacaranda rally is unstoppable and it's going to pull the masses. And Raila has already told the people not to recognize William Ruto as the president. So people are buying into this. Azimio supporters are not viewing William Ruto as the president. Though constitutionally William Ruto is the president, because he took over the oath of office, Uhuru handed over the power, instrument of powers to him. But now perception outside here is that he is not the president. Azimio has totally rejected him. They view him as the loser of the election. They don't view him as the president of the Republic of Kenya. So that is the big problem that Ruto has. That's why he's now introducing this thing, and Muturi is coming out to speak about it. And creating this position in this manner, still even it shows that you are reducing the person who was second in an election, a presidential election, lower even to a position of the majority leader. It means even Kimani Ichung'wah has more powers compared to what they want to give to Raila Odinga, which is wrong. Kimani was not competing with Raila. According to what Azimio was proposing, that position will be more powerful than even the position for the majority in the National Assembly. That position needs to be more powerful than that, because it's someone who was number 2 in a general election. It will not be only Raila Odinga. Other people will be coming to run and they will become number 2. It needs to serve the purpose of even the future generation. So you cannot compare this person with Ichung'wah. You cannot. Or for that matter in the Senate, the Kenya Kwanza majority leader in the Senate. So you cannot. The truth is that Ruto was rejecting BBI because he knew that it was not that much popular. But again, BBI was the only solution for this country. All the shortcuts they're trying to do here and there are just meant to try and maybe bring Raila Amolo Odinga on table so that Raila will not have the people. Because when Raila Odinga goes for the rally, people are going to tell him what they're going through. Those who are hungry, those who have problem with the school fees, those who have problem with the taxes, the oppressed, will see Raila Odinga as the only option they have to speak to, and Raila get out to fight for them. And that is going to be lethal for them. That's why you see AG is outside here to try and start coming with these issues, just to try and lower down and tame Raila Odinga with the current move he's taking. It will not happen. Raila will not take this position because he knows this position is unpopular, and accepting this, it means you are accepting William Ruto as the president. That alone will make the Azimio side to feel that Raila has run away from them, and they will view him as a betrayer. Raila might not be ready to take anything from this Kenya Kwanza government. As simple as that. So Muturi, you are wasting your time. Ruto, don't waste your time.